In a cosy forest kitchen, Pippin the Panda chef was having quite the morning disaster. His grandmother's famous berry pie recipe was missing, and the forest feast was tonight. Pippin searched through every cookbook, growing more frantic by the minute. With a heavy sigh, he slumped onto his stool. What would he do now? But just when things seemed hopeless, a familiar shadow appeared at the door. It was Fizzle, the brightest green frog in the forest, hopping her way to Pippin's kitchen. Fizzle burst in with her usual flair, landing right on Pippin's counter with a dramatic ta-da. One look at her friend's face, and Fizzle knew something was terribly wrong. But Fizzle wasn't one to dwell on problems. "Let's find that recipe," she declared. And just like that, a kitchen crisis turned into an adventure waiting to happen. Into the forest they went, following a curious trail of scattered berries. Fizzle couldn't resist tasting a berry or two along the way. Quality control, she called it. When they reached a sparkling stream, Pippin's wobbly paws proved that chefs aren't always graceful explorers. Thankfully, Fizzle was quick to grab her friend before he took an unexpected swim. They laughed together by the stream, the mishap making their friendship even stronger. A chattering squirrel soon caught their attention, waving a half-eaten berry their way. "I saw a shiny paper float by earlier today," the squirrel explained with excited twitches. The squirrel pointed toward a sun-drenched meadow in the distance. Could it be the recipe? Pippin thanked the helpful squirrel with a generous handful of berries. With renewed spirits, our duo headed toward the meadow, following their first real clue. The meadow greeted them with dancing flowers and playful winds that tugged at Pippin's chef hat. Pippin spotted the parchment caught in a thorny bush, his heart leaping with hope. But the wind had other ideas, whipping the paper away just as Pippin's paw reached for it. The chase led them to the edge of a dark, mysterious cave that made Pippin's fur stand on end. Fizzle gave her friend an encouraging nudge. Sometimes adventures require a little bravery. Inside the cave, glowing crystals lit their path with magical blues and purples. Pippin's whispered, "It's so spooky," became a booming spooky that echoed around them. Fizzle, ever the optimist, filled the cave with a silly song that chased away Pippin's fears. With determination, Pippin climbed toward the fluttering paper, his paws occasionally slipping. But alas, it wasn't the recipe, just a forgotten grocery list. Their quest continued. As twilight approached, they found themselves beneath an ancient oak tree glowing with fireflies. Pippin recognized his grandmother's initials carved in the trunk, memories washing over him. Sharp-eyed Fizzle discovered a hidden hollow in the tree trunk, perfect for keeping secrets. Inside was a dusty recipe book, but the berry pie page was sadly smudged beyond reading. Under a canopy of stars, Fizzle had a brilliant idea. Why not recreate the recipe together? Back in the kitchen, flour flew and berries bounced as our duo attempted to remember the recipe. Their first attempt was a gooey disaster that even the hungriest forest creature might refuse. Fizzle shared her own cooking catastrophes, bringing laughter back to Pippin's kitchen. For their second try, Fizzle added a special ingredient that couldn't be found on any shelf: love. And somehow, magically, the pie emerged golden and perfect, filling the kitchen with heavenly aromas. The forest feast was a twinkling wonderland, where animals gathered to share food and friendship. All eyes were on Pippin's pie as he sliced it, steam curling upward like a delicious invitation. The animals' faces lit up with the first bite. It was even better than they remembered. Pippin realized something important. The secret ingredient had been there all along. The forest celebrated long into the night, dancing and singing beneath the stars. Later, Pippin and Fizzle shared the last slice of pie under a blanket of twinkling stars. Pippin started a new tradition by creating his own recipe book, Pippin's Pies of Love. Soon, young forest animals gathered in Pippin's kitchen, eager to learn the art of pie making. Their tiny paws created mini pies filled with big love, each one a little masterpiece. The forest hill became a place where everyone shared food, stories and laughter, the best recipe of all.